Hoshimi, Hoshimi's fist starts clenching so hard that you actually start seeing blood leak between her fingers.
Tell me, everyone, what do you know about the Empire of Kokoria?
Empire of Coco?
Sorry.
The Empire of Kokoria is a land far, far to the east. They have been isolationist for the longest time, since the time of Queen Jaminia. It has been very, very difficult to get them to open up. They only do trade with one city in the Eastern Dominion.
Lord?
No.
No.
Perziban?
No.
Nessa?
No.
I'm looking at a map. I got a map.
My point is that they do not like to exchanging with them and opening up contact with them has been difficult. The recent
Alashamut.
Alashamet.
Okay.
Does it matter which city? Does it really matter?
No, the point is that they have not opened up. But recently there has been a change in leadership. And new king and queen have been willing to negotiate more open trade on one condition. Find the one known as Shin Hoshimi.
Why?
What?
Why do they want Hoshi?
Abigail, don't you dare!
Hoshi, what's wrong? I don't understand.
Don't you dare!
It's not my secret to tell, so I will not. However, I've seen this sort of thing before, and know that every truth that you hide, know that every thing you do not speak it will damage your safety.
It's also one less things that your friends, who are you supposed to trust, can help you with.
If you think I care one whit about my safety, then you've learned nothing about me at all. Not that I'm surprised by that. I haven't let you learn anything about me, quite intentionally. And if you think that's about to change, you're wrong.
If you're not protecting yourself, then who are you protecting?
Your little friend?
Don't need to know that answer.
Why not?
It's none of your damn business.
Oh, it quite is. In fact, it's a matter of national business.
I don't know if this would work, but could I use divine? What should I call it?
Divine?
It's not called that. It's called. Come on, what do you? Natural majesty.
Yes.
Basically, I want to encourage Hoshimi to talk. Obviously, it will be up to her.
It'll be like probably a will save or something.
Yeah.
Natural majesty. What that does is that basically, you can aid diplomacy checks or intimidation checks. And when that happens, a success is treated as a critical success.
So,
I guess
I was-
you'll have to say something that works with the diplomacy.
Yes.
Yes. So,
Well, actually, Abigail, technically what Abigail said was kind of an intimidation of the national security thing, so if Seven uses Natural Majesty, she can aid Abigail in an intimidation. Just saying.
I want to intimidate. I wanted to,
Seven wouldn't want to intimidate Hoshi.
Yeah, no, not intimidate.
You-
Seven doesn't want to intimidate Hoshimi. She wants to be diplomatic.
Yeah.
And for
You-
Flint, it's more of a we're your friends.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could try that.
all right.
Finn, you with me on this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it. I don't know if he needs to roll it or I need to roll it or both of us roll it.
You both roll it.
Got it.
Okay.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Go diplomacy. I
Channel
saw
your
you.
inner daddy-o, Flint.
Inner daddy-o?
Inner daddy-o.
Like groovy, dude.
Accio daddy-o, homie.
All right.
Don't
Josh, do
you
you want me
ever
to-
say homie to me again. Ever!
Okay, got that. And ooh!
Hey!
Both of you are untrained in diplomacy. I'm just letting you know that.
And yet I still got a
What?
17 and he got a nat teen. And
Yeah.
I
A nat teen.
A
A
nat
nat
teen.
teen.
What does Hoshi roll?
Normally this sort of thing is a it would go against your normally what this does is it would go against a passive. So a passive will.
Okay.
And your passive will is a 19.
Oh.
So they matched it.
Matched.
So, but then because of her aid, wouldn't that be a critical success?
Yeah, but the aid would make it into a success, and because she's using natural majesty, that would make it a critical success.
Hey.
It would be
So-
7.
so-
It absolutely would be 7. Of
Hey.
everybody.
Yes. So,
Better make this good, Bliss. Because I'm kind of mad right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I take
No,
it back?
do it! This is how the game works.
I'm
This is how the
sorry
game-
now.
this-
I feel like I'm ruining things. Okay.
No,
No,
no.
you are not. I'm just frustrated because I wanted
is-
it to be harder.
Okay. Well, I might just screw up. So,
Bliss.
Okay,
You guys literally just rolled a crit success.
I gotta
You can do it.
ad-lib this now. So here we go.
You can do it.
Sepid's wings are folded. She has a very puppily eye about her. She's looking very sad and hopeful for Hoshi. Hoshi, ever since I escaped that cage, you've always were there with me and with everybody else. You used your pretty lights to keep me calm. You kept me safe this whole time. You made me feel good when things got scary, and I want to do the same for you, but you gotta. I trust you, and I know Flint trusts you too. I just wish you. I want to be able to help you too, but if you don't want it, just want to help like you helped me.
Flint, Flint just kind of slowly goes next to her and shakes his head. It's like, that's not a face I'd want to keep secrets from.
Hey, it pays to be a puppy, or in this case, a griffin puppy.
You suck.
I'm sorry. No.
You freaking suck. That is emotional blackmail. You female dog.
That's not a face I'd want to keep secrets
I'm
from.
not a female dog. I'm a female griffin. But anyway.
You know,
You
the
just
next
have to imagine that this is a 4-year-old saying all this.
That's, no, if that was a 4-year-old saying that, it would actually have less of effect on me because I am mean like that. Although I'm lying through my teeth. Doc, you suck too. Hoshimi, she's still clenching her fist, but the more Seven talks, the more you can see that she is tearing up. She is very obviously struggling. Don't make me tell you. Please.
Is it bad if it's finding out that I'm part of Demon?
Oh! Oh! Oh!
She went for the throat.
Jesus Crow.
Screw hunting wildlife. That's hunting emotions right there.
Woman, I never want to hear you say that you suck at this sort of thing again. I never
Really?
want to hear it. Ever!
I am literally just sinking into my chair right now. You can't see it, but I am.
All right.
Because, woman, that just I caught myself. That just made me actually tear up a bit. That you bloody suck.
All right. So, how does Hoshimi react to that?
Oh boy.
Hoshimi's arms just kind of fall limp at her side. If there's exactly 2 people now that she basically finds it impossible to say no to. Yuto and now this little brat.
Love you too.
I'm going to be angry at you for the rest of the session. You know I'm not being serious.
Okay, good. Thank you for reassuring me.
I
had a feeling, but I just like reassurance. Sorry. Anyway.
No, it's fine. Abigail.
Princess Abigail.
Oh!
Abigail. Call your guards off long enough for Yuto to come in here. Either you let him in, or I find a way out, even if it means by death. And once he's here... She goes and sits down in a chair. Once he's here, I'll tell you.
Strictly speaking, lèse-majesté is a serious crime. But I can overlook that. Because this is a matter of national security. I can do that.
You know, I don't even know what lèse-majesté means. Out of character.
It's basically insulting royalty.
Yeah, because you didn't call her princess.
Oh.
Well, arrest me too. I called you Abigail.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, her ears just kind of perk up at that. Oh, I thought I would have been in trouble too, like Hoshi. This child Griffin just doesn't understand it. Rules for thee, but not for me. What?
Isn't that the basis of your whole character?
Yeah. Confusion and cuteness.
Yeah.
All right. Abigail disappears behind the doors for a little bit.
Seba goes over to Hoshi and very carefully puts her head on her lap.
Hoshi's hand goes like she's about to pet Seven, but then she gently pushes her off of her lap. This is hard enough, Seven. You're about to learn things about me that I didn't even know until now. I'm not mad at you, sweetheart. I'm not. Just understand, this is very, very personal for me.
I will listen and be good and promise to help where I can. Seven wants to be a good griffin.
Hoshimi gently grabs Seven's cheeks and looks her directly in the eye. You are one of the best people I've ever met in my life, Seven.
Oh yeah, you can see her eyes boggle at that.
And trust me when I say that they're only getting this out of me because of you. If it had been anyone else, I would have sooner slit my throat. But I won't do that. Because I know you rely on me.
I do. I don't want anything bad to happen to Hoshi.
And I don't want anything bad to happen to Seven. And I don't want to be the reason Seven cries.
Seven immediately sucks back the tears. Sucks them back in. Come on.
You could just Looney Tunes those tears right back up into your tear ducts. That's how that works.
Yep, totally works.
Hoshimi gently wipes the tears off of Seven's face. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? You didn't do anything wrong other than...
I've done everything wrong. Absolutely everything. And you're about to find out how and why.
Out of character, I wonder what's taking Abigail so long. Jeez.
Just waiting for the conversation to finish.
Yeah. And at that, Seven pulls Olwen and Flint close to her, like teddy bear security.
Aww.
Yuto. They know. No, they know.
You see Yuto's ears just splay back. And he just kind of slumps to the floor.
There's no point in hiding your form now.
He looks back up and then Interesting. All right, Hoshimi, the truth.
Hoshimi steps back from the chair, and she does something you guys probably weren't expecting. She gets down on her knees and bows forward to you all in a very formal manner. It is an honor to greet all of you as myself. My name is Shin Hoshimi of Kokoria. She gestures for Yuto to come over too. And I'm assuming Yuto does the same.
Yes, Yuto does the same, but you notice that Yuto does not speak.
Ask your questions of us.
All right, I'll ask the first question since it's a matter of national security. Why do the king and queen want you back? Obviously, you share the same name. But is it more than that?
What parent wouldn't want their child back?
So why did you leave?
That is a very long story. But
are you a criminal?
No.
Olwyn's tail sort of stiffens there.
Not directly.
Do you understand the difficult position I am in now? Because I know your real name, and that the king and queen are looking for you.
By your status and your responsibilities, you can't conceal my presence in your country.
I can, but if I do, there will be terrible, terrible consequences.
If they are king and queen, it could go up to and include war. That's why we've struggled so much to stay out of sight. She takes out her magic license and throws it on the ground. That's why I have fake names everywhere I go. It's why Yuto and I stay separate. Him always hidden in the shadows, to the point where the lot of you, Yasmin and Kadir, are the only ones who even know he exists.
But why do your parents want you back so bad?
To give us absolutely everything.
Oh?
What does that include?
To give you everything. That they did something out of love for you, and you didn't see it as such.
Love is a poison. It is poisonous where it involves Yuto and myself. It is worse than poisonous. It is a lethal blade that will strike down the lives of children. Children!
Why?
I prayed that I would never have to tell anyone this. With all my heart and soul, I prayed and hoped that I would never have to tell anyone about this. I should never have told you my name, Abigail. If I had known, then I wouldn't have.
On that we agree.
Hoshimi looks at the hand that she had dug her claws into by accident. And then she holds it out and lets the blood drip on the floor. The night that changed everything. I went from a happy, innocent child to a blood-soaked product of sin in a matter of hours. The night of the red sand.
So the change in leadership was...
Messy, to say the least.
I should have known that they were going to take the throne for themselves. But I guess some naive part of me hoped that they would see the error of their ways. Of course not. Yuto and I, when we were children, well, Father was the Emperor's guardian. But in Kokoria, the guardian of the Emperor is an unseen shadow. Because if there are any threats to the king's life, you won't know where the strike comes from. It can be swift, clean, and over in an instant.
Hoshimi, you see Abigail smirk at that.
Something I'm sure you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Father was training Yuto to become his successor. That's why Yuto is able to hide in the shadows as he does. And me, I was training to follow my mother's footsteps. My mother...
As?
Our bloodline, the Shin bloodline. Our name follows my mother's side, not my father's. Because we are responsible for bringing the blessings of Daikatsu and the 9 bright grains to our people. Through our dance, their blessings reach the lands. Make the crops grow more fertile. Banishes shadows and darkness. Brings joy and hope to the hearts of many. It's honestly a very blessed it's a very blessed role to have.
But not when it's used for something nefarious. Which...
Or manipulated as such. The last emperor was not a good man. Even I knew that when I was a child. He wouldn't honor my mother's blessings, nor would he honor my father's work as his protector. And that is a difficult thing to explain in your culture, in your language. So just believe me when I say this was a heavy, heavy slight.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it was such a slight that my family lived less than what we should have. We were by no means in poverty. We lived a fairly good life. But, well, my parents were always so hateful of what the Emperor did. Something I will say about them is that they always loved us. Yuto and I never, ever wanted for love, for kindness, for fair treatment. They taught us. No, they taught us well. They raised us to be good people. We both were eager to live our lives as adults because we wanted to honor everything that they had taught us. We wanted to honor the love they showed us. Looking back, at one point my mother stopped dancing. She ceased her dancing for our people. She let the blessings fade away. And my father, he is the most fearsome and he's one of the most fearsome and dangerous of our kind. And being in the Emperor's shadow, well, who expects their own shadow to be their death? He slew the Emperor, the Empress, their entire family, their heirs, children. He killed innocent children. Any who stepped in his way that night, he cut them down mercilessly. My father's Kitsune Kukan, a kitsune of the void. He's able to empty himself, remove all fear, all anger, all sadness, all compassion. He was able to ensure that he felt nothing that night. Even when Yuto came to try to stop him. Yuto's a bit of a prodigy when it comes to ninjutsu. He was able to at least stay alive while fighting father. I had no idea any of it was going on, but I was scared for them, so I came to the palace, and all I saw was the blood-soaked sands and my brother and father fighting. I tried to intervene, but father made a blind attempt to cut me down as well. Yuto managed to get us both away. He's always protected me like that. We ran to Mother to try to warn her, but Mother just smiled. She smiled at us, and there was no malice, no anger, no hatred. She apologized to us for it taking so long. And she said that she was going to yell at Father for scaring us, but that in the end we would have everything they wanted us to have. They had done everything that they had done that night to give me and Yuto everything that they thought we deserved. They soaked their children in the blood of so many people, in a complete regicide, because they loved us. Yuto, I was too frightened and frozen to do anything myself, but Yuto took me and we ran. We ran as far as we could, as fast as we could. And we didn't stop running until we reached the Eastern Dominion. Since then, I've done everything in my power to keep Yuto safe, as he has for me. But I have to be the one standing a little out of the shadows, as I can protect myself in ways that he can't. And Hoshimi holds, gently gestures to her own throat and looks over at Yuto.
DM question.
Yes?
Is that one city that they do trade with a port city?
Yes.
They probably tracked you to that one city, and they keep trade open with them strictly for information about you.
Hoping to find us. Which is why we made sure to disappear into the shadows.
And into the desert, far away from a port.
Yes. And it's also why I can't stand the divine blood that I carry. My connection to the gods. If such things can be manipulated to achieve such wicked ends, then what good is it?
But you didn't spill all that blood.
No.
Build for us.
Just because something is done for you doesn't mean that it's your fault.
If my parents weren't so greedy on our behalf, if we weren't there...
Take off that on our behalf. They would have found a way to justify it. They would have taken the justification of the slights. They would have taken the justification of, they just wanted power. They're smarter. They're better. You were just a perfect excuse. A patsy, I mean. It is not your fault.
I'm a pansy. We're flowers, confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, you were just a convenient patsy because you're their kid and you didn't actually have anything to do with it. They can they can use you as justification without you fighting back, but they didn't expect you to fight back. They're narcissists. How dare you not be grateful for this thing that we have done for you? We have done everything for you, when that's not true. They did it for themselves. They just used you as an excuse.
The scummiest things parents could do.
Anyone can do.
I just keep remembering Mother's smile that night. She was so happy to see us. She was so sincere when she apologized to us.
Sincerity does not equal goodness.
Owen?
Hmm?
Is that what it means to be evil?
I'd say so.
You can see red flickering in Seven's eyes.
Let's see, Seven. That's another reason why I don't think that... I think that you have put your trust in a better person than she likes to give herself off to be. She looks over at Hoshimi. It's why I didn't arrest her initially, even though she was technically an informant for not so nice people.
I had to disappear as completely as possible. I couldn't die because I knew that my brother needed me.
Of course. However, why did you continue to dance? If that was something that could be used to identify you and link you back to your mother.
There are parts of ourselves that we can't just let go. Dancing is the only thing I have left from Kokoria. And for all the awful things that happened there, Kokoria is my home and I love it dearly. I couldn't just let that part of me vanish. And besides, Mother wouldn't believe that her daughter would stoop to becoming a belly dancer for people's entertainment. That's not what our skills are for. It's a sacred gift. It's
More evidence of the narcissism there, thinking that their gift is only used for one thing when it should be a gift for whoever wants it. I am not
That's-
liking your parents.
That's
No.
not narcissism, Olwen. It is what our lineage is for. She moves her hair back from her eye, and Yuto does the same but for his right eye, and they both have that same mark in their eyes.
Just because it can be used for one thing doesn't mean that it should only be used for that thing.
It is our family's responsibility and has been for generations. Since the conception of the 9 bright grains, I am their direct descendant. We are their direct descendants. I have intentionally used that gift dishonorably to hide myself as well as I can, and don't you ever presume to tell me what my talents are for.
Just said that they can be. Doesn't mean they have to be. Sorry.
If you look at it a certain way, you were using your dancing to provide for us by helping us gain money for our cause. You are still providing for people you care about.
And healing. You
Yeah.
do need that.
You've been providing this whole time in ways you haven't even thought about.
Do you know the reason I initially came along with you people?
What?
To find whoever separated me from Yuto and kill them. I had no interest in anything beyond that. I just wanted payback. I'm not much better than my mother in that regard. I wanted the blood of the person who had wronged us on my hands.
How's your
You
journey
can't
changed?
pretend that nothing has changed in that time.
Adrian, what'd you say?
He asked, has your journey changed?
Oh.
I mean, what you've done with all of us, what you've done with Seven a few seconds ago proves that there are now more motives than what you started with. You can't say that's your sole motive anymore.
What I mean is, has your personal journey changed?
Damn you all. Damn you all for being such good people. I wasn't supposed to come to care about anyone ever again. I needed to stay away from everyone. I couldn't let myself love anyone. I couldn't let anyone love me. I couldn't let them find us.
Seven, like, gently, like, very slowly but gently, like, rubs her beak against, I apologize for not pronouncing the name right. Yuto?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you! Good
Yuto.
job! She gently, puts her beak in, Yuto's hand. Like, as a means of wanting to get close.
Yuto kind of flinches a little bit, and he's kind of looking to Hoshimi for direction.
I'm not your keeper, Yuto. And you know she's not going to hurt you. Didn't you two fight a displacer base together?
Brother Hoshi! Mama Hoshi! Uncle? Uncle. Yeah, do it again. Come on, you can do it again. Yuto, Uncle Yuto.
Yes.
It's Yuto kind of very gently pets Seven's beak. You can tell that he's not. This isn't.
Comfortable.
Yeah, this isn't comfortable for him.
But she purrs anyway.
And
Please don't push Yuto.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm happy to know. I am happy that I know. I am so happy.
Well, I'm glad you are. 'Cause I'm not. Do you know what the 19th is? Do you know?
Your birthday?
At the anniversary of the night they did that. They did it they did it as a birthday gift for me. Apparently they wanted to make their little princess a real princess for her birthday.
Olwen looks over at, Abigail. Your Highness, how long ago did they start being more open?
I understand your suspicion and the timelines match.
How many years?
10. It has been 10 years since. Well, 11 now.
It'll be 11 in a few hours.
oh boy.
Oh.
But my main question is at the moment, why? I understand that there was isolationist policies previously, but did no one ever know what the royal family was like before this happened? Like, wouldn't the strange shift in power have alerted someone to something strange beforehand?
Of course we were suspicious. Of course we were suspicious.
And
The
if you're
place is
asked,
so secret,
sorry.
the place is so secretive. We try to get as much information as we can.
But the nation of Kikoria is one of shadow and secrets.
But she looks at
And
Abigail again.
If
And now
you're,
you have two witnesses.
you have one witness.
Right, one witness. Apologies.
No, you don't understand. She looks over at Yuto. You only have one witness.
Right. This has gotten very complicated. We were suspicious of the shift in power, but we had no proof. And now we do. There are a lot of people who do wish to continue doing business with Kikoria, to expand business with Kikoria, because they have economics-wise, they have things that we don't, and vice versa.
I hate to sound immature, but she blinks and looks at Princess Abigail. Why would you want to trade with a kingdom where murdering their king and queen is okay?
It's not okay.
It's not. It's not okay. But
If you're
the thing is,
didn't know about it, Kevin.
we didn't know, and we never had any proof until now. And we can't have proof, and we still technically we still don't have proof, because if we do tell this, if this does get out, it's eventually going to reach their ears.
And they'll wonder what their source is, and,
They
that.
won't wonder. They'll know it was us.
And they will likely try to forcibly take her back.
Which means. Oh.
Which means telling Abigail my name is probably the worst mistake I've made in 11 years.
I don't mean to rub salt in the wounds, but I am curious. Why did you tell her?
Because of everything that has happened. And because, well, to be perfectly honest, I just kind of wanted an in with the royal family. I
And
thought
now
it
you've
might
got
serve,
one.
but not in the way that I expected. Because, surprise, turns out I'm a royal too, and I didn't even know it. Hoshimi is actually visibly crying at this point.
All right.
Do you understand why I was so hostile about it, Princess?
I do. This has made things very complicated, and rest assured that we're not going to leave. We are not going to leave you high and dry.
I don't want to give them that excuse ever again. Having me and Yuta around gives them the ability to do what they want out of love for their children.
It gives them that excuse.
Indeed.
Again, it's not your fault. I know you'll keep blaming yourself, but I will keep telling you it isn't.
Hoshimi stands up and she looks directly at Olwen. Just because someone wants something doesn't mean they should have it.
You're right, they shouldn't have had that.
Do you know why that hit me so strongly, Olwen?
I can imagine.
Because I want more than anything to go home. But I can't. I want my parents back. I want my family back. I want my life back. But I can't have what I actually want. Hoshimi's fallen into such an emotional state that at this point, she's not even bothering to disguise her ears and tail anymore.
No.
Right.
Seven goes around and lays behind her.
This is...
I think we all should get some sleep.
Right. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sleep because I have to figure out what we have to do with this. Because
now
morally-
that you know.
morally we shouldn't be doing business with royals who have done such a travesty. But we have no
proof of such things.
and we cannot reduce business without raising any sort of suspicion. Suppose we could continue on like nothing's changed, but
Good luck with that.
Nothing's changed to me.
You are not one of the people who are trading, Seven.
There's one other thing, though. Something that I've been worried about for a while now.
What is that?
She looks at the others. When we fought that wraith, the wraith that almost killed my brother, I was so angry that I used my full power without meaning to. I called upon the words of heaven unintentionally. And there's a chance that my mother would have felt that shift all the way in Kikoria.
Well, now that we know, we can be ready.
Abigail blinks. I'm sure she did. Because do you know where when I first learned your name?
No.
It was
Let me guess, a few days ago?
indeed. They sent that message. And this time they included that little condition. So
they'll either punish Yuta and I when they find us, or they'll be so happy to see us that I don't even want to think on what they.
going to have to think about. I'm going to have to think about what measures of protection would be wisest for yourself and your brother.
What? We can't do it?
This is beyond just some small group of friends or a party of adventurers or whatever you want to call us. This is why I never told any of you the truth about me. I took enough of a risk telling you all that I was a kitsune, but Flint was so distraught that I just... I can't ditch that damn need to stop people from crying.
We can at least provide you with immediate protection. As for political protection, that will be on you, Your Highness.
And honestly, we may not be strong as a group by ourselves, but we do have skills that we can contribute to a bigger effort to protect you. Developing weapons, organizing groups, coming up with plans and strategies.
We are going to have to be very smart and subtle about this.
Abigail, I might have to ask you a quick question in private, just one.
Right.
But it might be able to help out our situation.
All right, we can do that. I think at this point it might be best for all of us to head to sleep. I agree with Adrian here. It is late. We've had a big day. And we're not going to come up. I don't think we're going to come up with any solutions immediately. Right.
Also, what was I going to say? Flint also thinks back to the time when she revealed herself to him at the same time he revealed himself to the group, and he looks up there and he says, "You really helped me when I was at my lowest, and now I want to help you."
Don't bother, Flint. Don't bother.
Hey,
There's
bothering
nothing
is how
you-
I got here in the first place.
Professor,
Yes.
tell that know-it-all sister of yours that she's right that not that she's right that I was afraid, but that discarding that fear is not such an easy thing. Hoshimi turns to walk out the door.
All right.
Seven gets up and wants to follow, but kind of hesitates.
You guys
All
go
right.
ahead. I'll meet up with you in a little bit.
All right. If we do need to have a secret conversation, let's do it from behind closed doors.
Hoshi is hoping that you two will follow her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Let's just... All right. There we go. Okay.
I'll just leave them there.
All right. Just
Computer,
Abigail
please.
looks at Adrian. All right. What's this about?
It might be a way to get us out of the situation without alerting anybody, and it's just one question that I need to ask, because I haven't been here in over 80 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Are the daggers still in operation?
She smiles. They are.
I remember my dad told me about a pact that he helped write up, that he wrote and had Mephistopheles look over. It was to make sure it was airtight and looking over loopholes. But essentially, he helped convert the Daggers of Light into neutral information brokers. They don't. They have no affiliation with any kingdom. They're not in it for themselves. They're just there to pass around information.
I was not privy to the Mephistopheles deal.
Sorry. Sorry, he told me that. He told me that in private. But yeah, they are a neutral party. They have no connection. They have no connection with anyone. They're only there to keep to pass along information. And
Right.
if do you know anyone that's in the daggers by any chance?
Unfortunately, part of the reason that they are so secretive is that their names are expunged. But that's what makes them so effective. There are people that I know who are members, but for obvious reasons I cannot say them.
Of course.
Why do
But-
you ask?
I thought that since this current situation with Hoshimi, I thought they might be able to give a bit of protection since they're not affiliated with anybody.
I can pass it along. It could certainly help.
I know it's not a lot, but it's the first thing that I thought of.
We're currently There is a contact that I can talk to about that, and we can get that done. However, it is an option on the table.
Then he winks. Let's keep it that way.
Indeed. Part of what makes them so effective is, well, that no one knows about them.
They hide in plain sight.
Hide in plain sight. Sometimes they'll actually use invisibility.
All right.
Okay, wow. All right, Josh.
Well, if that's the case, we really should get to bed. I'll see if I can convince Hoshimi to sleep in my room with Seven and I. She'll take the bed.
Good night.